Hi everyone. So I'm just going to go over a little bit more with vertex form and just refresh your memory on what we did last week. So remember that when an equation is in vertex form, which is right here, these came right from the notes. These notes, by the way, are linked on Classroom on the assignment from today and from last time. These were the filled in notes that we did together. So that's vertex form. Remember the key parts of vertex form that tell us all about the transformations that happen are this A in the front, this H right here, and this K right here. So those three values, when we actually see them in an equation, there will be numbers. Those tell us so much about what happens to this quadratic. So remember, the first thing that we do is we can identify the vertex by taking H and K. Remember that when you get the sign of H, you want to do the opposite of what is here, because remember that it defaults to negative, but then if you're plugging in a positive H, then it stays negative. So remember, you always want to kind of think of it as the opposite sign. So that's the first thing that we typically do is get the vertex, which right here, vertex is HK. Remember that with K, you don't change the sign. You keep the sign as is. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. Then just remember, I like to look at it from left to right. Your A will tell you if A is negative, remember that means that there's a reflection and it opens down, so it looks like that. If A is positive, that means there's no reflection and it opens up, so it looks like that. Remember that if A is bigger than 1, so like for example, if A is 5, let's just say, it's a stretch. If A is between 0 and 1, so for example, 1/3, that's between 0 and 1, it's a compression. And remember too, when you're thinking about that, you're ignoring the sign, because the sign is up here. The sign tells you if there's a reflection or not. And then the number itself, the value of it, will tell you if there's a stretch or compression. Remember, sometimes there's no number in the front. That means A is 1, and it's not a stretch, it's not a compression. Okay, going back to H a little bit, we already talked about how H is the X value of the vertex, but the H also tells you if it's a horizontal shift, like if it goes left or if it goes right. Remember that if it's a negative inside the parentheses, you move right, and if it's a positive, you move left. The Y value of the vertex, like I said, we keep the sign as is. That's K. K can also tell us if there's a vertical shift. So if it's a positive K, you're going up that many units. If there's a negative K, you're going down that many units. So I'm going to go through, I know this isn't in chart form, but I'll still go over all the important pieces. So first of all, the vertex. The vertex, this is my H, this is my K. So since this is positive right here, that means my H is -1. So my vertex is -1 and my K is -3. There's my vertex. Let's talk about, is there a reflection? See how this is a +2 in the front? No reflection. So that means it opens up. Is there a stretch or compression? Okay, well, this is A. A is bigger than 1, so that means there's a stretch. What else? Horizontal shift and vertical shift. So horizontal shift, since it's X plus 1 here, that means we're left 1. And then for my vertical shift, it's down 3 because K is -3. Okay, so there's that example. Let's do one more. Okay, so the vertex for this one, here's my H, here's my K. So my vertex is +4, 5. Remember, you want to take the opposite sign of this for your H. And then does this one have a reflection? Notice this negative. A is negative, so yes, it has a reflection, which means it opens down. Okay, let's think about stretch versus compression. Here is my A. it's between 0 and 1, so it's a fraction, so that means it's a compression. Okay, and then this right here, H determines my horizontal shift, so it's -4, so that means we're going right 4. And then for my vertical shift, it's +5, so we're going up 5. And again, you can kind of picture, how would you plot the point for 5? You would go right 4 and up 5. Okay, so that's it. I hope this is helpful, a little reminder of what we did last week. Please let me know if you have any questions. All right, thanks guys. Have a good day.